It's Valentine cookie day. I love to give cookies to my neighbors and some of my friends up here, mainly because they love getting them. Let me show you how I make this relatively painless. It doesn't have to be a big deal. I separate it into several days and it works out just fine. These empty jars right after Christmas and the big Christmas cookie making thing, I refilled them and now I have just emptied them out again to make cookies. It is so nice when everything is already ready to go, at least the dry ingredients. I knew what I was going to make. I knew what worked last time, and I simply had all the dry ingredients ready to go. It's not hard to make your own package mix. You can get them off the internet, or, you know, for example, this one, the Mrs. Field sugar cookie. It requires that the butter and the sugar be mixed separately, so I just put the sugar in a separate little bag in there and it can be mixed separately, and then afterwards I add the rest of the ingredients. So basically everything's all in there. It doesn't have to be all together. You can separate them out with baggies if the recipe calls for that. For wrapping, I got these at Dollar Tree, these bags. They were, I think, 6 for $1 with little handles. And then I have some smaller treat bags that I guess I got at Dollar Tree or I don't know, Walmart, whatever, and some unmarked ones, and also some just regular sandwich bags. If you don't have anything like that on hand, or you don't want to do that, you can also do whatever you want. I mean, I've used paper bags with stickers on them, or if you have children or you're an artist, you can decorate them, or use plastic containers. It really doesn't matter. Whatever vehicle works best for you to get those cookies out there. Day of or the day before I'm going to bake, or even a couple days before, I make up the dough and I wrap it up in wax paper, put it in a plastic bag, and then put a little notation on it that says, you know, what it is and what the oven temperature is. Then I go ahead and set my workspace up. I lay out all my cookie sheets with parchment paper in them, and all the stuff I'm gonna need for whatever I'm making, if it's cookie cutters or I don't know, whatever I need for that particular cookie, it's all laid out. At Christmas, I went ahead and got like 10 or 12 cookie sheets at Dollar Tree. They're the best. I have a real small oven. They fit perfectly, and I use them before and after for making cookies. They're my trays, they're everything. And I'm also real grateful for that parchment paper, the Dollar Tree parchment paper that you just pop up and pull out. It makes it so much easier, and I sure wish I had had it at Christmas, during Christmas baking time, instead of tearing off the roll. So that's been a great plus too. During this time, I go ahead and I also preheat the oven to whatever the needs are for that particular cookie. Then I go ahead and I set up all my cookies on the cookie sheets, just like a factory, or you know, like an assembly line, just all done. Oven's ready to go, and then it's simply a matter of putting the cookies in, out, in, out. My oven, I have to halfway through I have to rotate the ones that are on the top to the bottom, the ones that are bottom to the top. No big deal. It's all I do is that until I'm done with that batch. As soon as the cookies are done in the oven, I bring them out to the living room. This actually is a 3-room endeavor. My oven is in one room, my regular kitchen's in another room, and then my big table that you may or may not be able to see behind me, where I do all the assembling, is in the living room. So I run through the entire house with the hot cookies. I put the cookie sheet on the hot cookie sheet on the cooling rack and let it sit there for a few minutes. Then I come back and I take the parchment paper off of the hot cookie sheet. Cookie sheet's cooled by now, and just have the parchment paper on top of the cooling rack and let it be there for a while. I like that better than taking everything off the parchment paper, because I've had cookies slide between the wire, whatever, on the racks and fall on the table and break. So this way they're okay. Finally, I take the cookies off the cooling rack and just slide them onto another cookie sheet that I have waiting, and that's where I stack all the cookies. So each cookie that I make has one or two cookie sheets just devoted. I put parchment paper at the bottom, and then I will put parchment paper at the top to kind of keep dust and stuff off of it, and that's where everything waits. So when I'm finally done with the cookies, I just clean off the table and start a new round with everything new that I need for whatever I'm making next. In this picture you can see I have my thumbprint cookies getting set up there with some strawberry jam. As soon as all that's done, everything's cooled off, I wrap everything up, put them in bags, and begin the happy task of distributing cookies. Thank you so much for watching.